Can the very latest electric cars really go far enough on a single charge? To find out, we're going to see if these electric cars can drive from here in Oxford all the way up into Scotland. Will they make it on a single charge? I don't know. I also don't know what's going to happen to them when they do finally run out of charge. Will they brick themselves? Will they lock their doors? Will they be immovable? Or will it all be fine? Oh dear. Well, we're going to find out, and I think it's going to be a bit surprising. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching Car Wow. The cars I'm testing today are the Genesis GV70, which I'm sat in. We've got a BMW iX, a Polestar 3, an Audi Q6 e-tron, and a Kia EV9. We've got the longest range versions of each of these cars, and this is what the manufacturers say they'll do on a full charge.
All these cars have been charged up to 100% overnight. But before we start driving, I want to see how far each car's trip computer thinks it can go on its full battery.
This GV70 says it's going to do 278 miles. What's the BMW saying?
393 miles. Polestar is 340 miles. Audi is 277 miles. The Kia 349 miles.
Oh, already a bad start for the Genesis and the Audi. Well, we're going to see what happens as we head up north, and how far they'll actually go will be revealed. Now, for this test, what we're going to do is just drive the cars as we'd normally drive. So we're going to try and get up to the speed limit and keep to it where possible. However, when we start getting low on battery, we'll do what every EV driver will do, and that is slow down to conserve electricity. For the rest of the journey though, just drive it like normal, have the climate control exactly as we want it. It's summertime though, so what we get out of these cars today will be about as good as they're ever going to do.
I'll drive every car during this test, and I'll tell you what's good about them and what's not so good, beginning with this Genesis, which seems rather appropriate.
The Genesis GV70 starts from £66,000, but the good thing about it is it's so fully loaded for that money. You're getting quite a lot of car for your cash, and it feels very nice to sit in. So the materials are really nice, it feels expensive, the design's cool. I love the feeling of like this switch gear. I love the fact this is all one screen here, none of like dividing bits in the middle like in the BMW, and it's crisp, it's easy to use, and they've separated out the climate control to this other panel down here. Wish it was physical buttons, but it's still better than having it buried through the main screen. The driving experience is very good. It's super comfy. The suspension is brilliant over bumps, and if you go into sports mode, then it gets a little bit stiffer and sportier. That said, the car does still lean quite a bit in the bends. Feels a bit of a boat, to tell you the truth. It's quite heavy, 2.3 tons, but this is set up for comfort, not speed really, and it does a great job with its adaptive dampers. And these seats, absolutely love them. It's very quiet as well, just a bit of wind noise, but that's about it. And visibility is great as well. Good view out the back window, huge door mirrors, great view forward. I like it a lot. I'm surprised more people don't buy these things really. It's a bit of an unknown, I guess, isn't it, for many people, like Genesis. What's that all about, eh? It's just a posh Hyundai. This car has an 80 kilowatt hour battery pack, 2 electric motors, 1 on each axle, so 4-wheel drive, a combined 490 horsepower, which is fairly decent, and 700 newton meters of torque. And if you're in just normal mode and you need a zip of acceleration, press boost button and it does pick up pretty nice, and I quite like that noise. The only thing I'm not so sure about, the brakes, they're a little bit grabby. Overall though, this is really nice. It's a luxurious feeling cruiser, but I think it's going to get a little bit tense when it comes to the range. Let's do a quick check-in. We've done 18 miles. This car is averaging 3 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 92% of my battery left, and that's good for a remaining range, according to the car, of 254 miles. Let's find out about the other cars now. BMW, how are you getting on?
3 miles per kilowatt hour. It's sitting at 93% battery, and it's predicting that I'm going to do a further 367 miles.
That's more than 100 miles more than this car. What about the Polestar?
I am averaging 29.7 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, which works out to 3.6 miles per kilowatt hour. My battery's at 92% and a claimed range of 320 miles.
How about the Audi?
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 94% of my battery remaining, and apparently that equates to 265 miles of range.
And finally the Kia.
3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. I've 94% of my battery left, and that should take me 335 miles.
So far then, as much as I like this Genesis in terms of range, it's doing the worst. There's plenty of room here in the back of the Genesis, lots of knee room, headroom's good, foot space is good. It's all very nice. I like the fact you can recline these seat backs. Oh yeah, that's good. It's like limo style. What's it like for 3 people in the back at once? Give me a special man sandwich. This is why I employ you. Right, it's kind of tight-ish, isn't it?
Shoulder room's a problem.
Yeah, a bit of a problem, but you're right for head and knees?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. The GV70 has 503 litres of boot space, but what does that mean in real terms? Tommy, you're a big man. See if you can get in the boot. You've got to get underneath the load cover, that's the test. Oh, blimey, this is not good already. Right, no, not good. Oh, wait, I'm not sure we're going to get anyone else besides a Tommy inside, but let's give it a go. No. It will. So Sam is the human shoehorn.
Hang on.
He's going to try and push it.
In my neck forward.
No, this is no. Wait. Stop. No, it's a fail.
Maybe I need to do it a different way.
No, it's all right. It's not going to work. Let's just shut the boot just to prove we can get at least one person in there. No, I don't want to be the kind of person that gets their team to do stuff that they're not willing to do, so I'll do the front boot. Sam, can you try and fit me into this small space here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go on, try it, see what happens. No, it's not.
Probably not.
It's not really very good. It's quite interesting that manufacturers do this. I'm glad they do try, but what are you putting in there? I quite like the look of this GV70. Jack's missus over there, when he took it home the other night, she thought it was a Bentley, so that's a sort of win. But there are certain things like, doesn't look like the bonnet's shut, and then there's this crease at the back, which I like the way this crease goes here, but then it all gets a bit confusing there. So quite nice, just a few odd things going on.
Now, before I jump into the BMW iX, there's something I need to check.
We're at Northampton North M1 services, and there's always been a problem with the charging here. They have like one unit that doesn't seem to ever work. Oh! It's working. They've got one charger, two, a CHAdeMO for if you've got a Nissan Leaf, and a proper DC charger, and it's charging at 46 kilowatts for 85p per kilowatt. It's a bit expensive. Coming out of the Genesis into this, I'm surprised how this feels even more comfortable in terms of the suspension and way it goes down the road. But that's because this particular version of the iX is fitted with the optional air suspension, and air suspension on this car is just, you have to do it. It's worth the £2,000. Thing is though, it also feels slightly sportier as well, just a bit more in the way that it goes around corners, a bit flatter, it's a bit more responsive on the steering, even though it's heavier than the Genesis, weighs in at 2.5 tons. It doesn't matter too much because we've got a lot of power. So on this particular xDrive 60 model, 2 electric motors, 1 on each axle, so 4-wheel drive, 544 horsepower, 760 newton meters of torque, so plenty of punch for overtaking, and it really does push you back in your seat, especially when you're in the sports mode. What I'm not so impressed at though, really, when you consider the price, the iX starts from £75,000, this xDrive 60 from £93,000, this one with all the kit on it, £107,000. Does it feel £40,000 more expensive than that Genesis? Simple answer, no it doesn't. Some of the bits in the interior feel lower rent actually than the Genesis, like this, and listen to this. That is awful, and you use that a lot. Also the screen, it's not one single screen, there is a gap in the middle, and it's harder to use. I'm not sure the seats are quite as comfortable. I do like the material because it holds you in place, you don't slide around like you do on leather. And the design, it's sort of minimalistic and cool, but overall I think I preferred the design of the Genesis. It's just a bit more normal. One thing this car does have over the Genesis, obviously, is the range. Got a massive battery, 109 kilowatt hours, and that just means you're able to go further. And when you buy an electric car, that does matter. I don't think this is necessarily quieter than the Genesis. There's a bit more road noise, I think, in this. Also, the brakes feel more natural in this BMW than the GV70. It's nip and tuck, there's hardly anything between them. I should point out that BMW has recently upgraded this iX, so it's got a bigger battery, it's got better motors in it, and as a result we've got more range. So with that in mind, let's do a check-in. So far we have done almost 49 miles, and this BMW is averaging 3 miles per kilowatt hour, which is better than the old version did. So when I did a range test on that, I think it was like 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 83% of my battery remaining, and that means I should be able to go a further 312 miles. Let's see how everyone else is doing. Polestar, give us your numbers.
So I'm averaging 29.7 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, which works out to 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 85% battery left, and that is estimating 290 miles of range.
Audi.
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. My battery is at 85%, and apparently that means I can go 243 miles.
Genesis.
3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 82% of my battery remaining, and it's saying I can go a further 222 miles.
Finally, the Kia.
3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 85% of my battery left, and that works out to 294 miles of range remaining.
It's interesting, they're all doing about the same in terms of the efficiency, between 3 and 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. So this is going to play out based pretty much on the size of the battery, but things could change. This iX is cavernous in the back seats. Loads of headroom, even more than in the Genesis, and we've got a glass roof in as well, that's nice. There's lots of knee room, loads of foot space because you've got a totally flat floor. One of the issues I have though is that these seats, while very comfy, they're quite low to the floor, so there's not so much under thigh support. Yeah, I'm not quite as comfy as in that Genesis. Let's try it with 3 people in the back at once, shall we? So in you climb. This feels a bit wider, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is wider than the Genesis, so more comfortable for 3 in the back at once. Now on paper, this BMW's boot is slightly smaller than the Genesis. It's 500 litres. There is some storage under there which looks more useful than that in the Genesis, and actually it looks bigger than the Genesis, so we're going to find out. Can we fit 2 big men in here? Go on, Tommy, you going first. Tommy's nickname is the Tank. Oh, blimey. He almost crushed that as he got in. You all right?
Tanked it, yeah.
No, wait a minute. No, I don't know, Rory. I think you might be too large for this. You might be able to do it, actually. Oh, you're too long, Rory, I think. No, that's not going to work. Come on, out.
That was very close to Tommy's face.
Do you know what we need? I'm sorry. Can you, Nick, take Keelan's camera?
Spooning?
Yeah, I think that is the word. The way you just reversed it there. I don't think you're going to get your head in, actually.
Put your head down, Keelan, come on.
I don't bend
You've
that
done
way.
this very bad. Did you ever play Tetris? Come on.
Just take a little bump on your head.
Yeah, take.
Come on. Oh,
Wait, we can close it. Just keep your head in. Tuck your head in. Put your head down, Keelan.
It's as down as it goes.
No, it's not.
ready?
You're
Shout.
not even trying.
That's a shot.
That's a shot.
That's a shot. I've escaped trying to get into the fruit because you can't actually open the bonnet on this car. It's like locked away. It's for technicians only. What a missed opportunity. Speaking of which, let's talk about the design because BMW have updated this car, slightly different front end, slightly tweaked at the back, but it looks the same. The iX it looks a bit uncomfortable, doesn't it? The only angle that I really like it from is the rear. It looks quite good from the rear, but the rest of it, not so much.
Let's move on to my next car, the Audi Q6 e-tron.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed with this Audi. So it starts from 61,000. For this motor battery combination, it starts from 65, though in this trim level it's 67. This one with all the options on it, such as a really snazzy heads-up display, which I'll show you a clip of now, £71,000.
Currently, you can save over £9,000 if you buy a Q6 e-tron through CarWow. And that could make all the difference, because this particular version of the Q6 e-tron has a problem.
I feel like you're getting a bit shortchanged because you've got one electric motor, it's rear-wheel drive only, you've got 306 horsepower and 485 newton meters. As a result, it just doesn't have the punch of the other 2 cars that I've driven so far. Handling-wise, it feels pretty sharp. It's not on adaptive suspension. You can get air suspension as an option. This one doesn't have it fitted. It feels reasonably comfortable, but compared to the other 2, there's a bit of jiggle. It's a bit less settled than the other 2. Something's happened to Audi recently. The quality has gone downhill, and a perfect example is this. The door bin, scratchy plastic down here. Also, just the materials just aren't as nice as they used to be in other Audis before it. I think the previous Audi e-tron just feels nicer inside. Don't like the new infotainment system that they've done. Once again, it's not a single screen. There's like 2 screens separate. A lot of bezel happening. You can get an optional screen for the passenger, but look, we've just got black trim and it's just reflecting what's going on outside, and that's quite distracting. It really is a shame. Infotainment system's harder to use than before. So they've gone for like dark graphics. I much prefer previous generation Audis, and it's better than the BMW at least, but not by far. I prefer the Genesis system, to tell you the truth. Do you know what else? £71,000 car, and I've got manual seat adjustment. I mean, what? At least with this car, you do get a decent sized battery, 95 kilowatt hours. So shall we do a check-in and see how it's comparing to the others? So we've done 76 miles. I'm averaging 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 78% of the battery remaining, which apparently is good for 228 miles. Let's compare it to the Genesis first off.
3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 72% of my battery remaining, and it's saying I can go another 193 miles.
Okay, and Kia?
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 77% of my battery left, and I should be able to do 258 miles.
Polestar.
28.5 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, which works out at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 78% battery, and that's saying a range of 270 miles.
And finally BMW.
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 75% of my battery left, and apparently that means I can go another 291 miles.
Okay, so that's quite interesting. This Audi is one of the most efficient at 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I think this range might be a little bit pessimistic, so we might get a bit more out of it. It's definitely going to go further than that Genesis. So while I prefer the Genesis, you know, if it's outright range you want, this is going to be a better car, we think, for now. But I'm going to jump in another car in a moment and we'll see how that one compares.
But before I do that, the Audi has one more chance to redeem itself as I check out the back seats.
This feels smaller in the back than the Genesis and the BMW especially. Less knee room, there's still a decent amount. Headroom, actually, that's on a par with the others. Foot space isn't though, but this seat is quite raised up so you can slide your feet underneath. And I do think that this seat is further from the floor than in the BMW. So actually, in some ways, it's more comfortable. Let's try it with 3 in the back at once.
Ooh.
Tightest?
Yes.
This is
the worst.
Tightest fit so far. Boot capacity on this Audi, 526 litres, so it's the largest so far. We've got some storage under here. Okay, remember you've got to stand to the load cover. It looks quite snug, but can we get Rory in there? Right, Sam, do you want to...
Rory, can you cough, please?
What's that in your pocket?
I think this is going to work. Wait, let me just keep that like. If we can get a shut like this. Right, here we go. Ready? Ready? We're going to do some pushing here. Keep it going, Sam, keep it going. There we go.
That's in. Good.
I think you might need to go to hospital after that.
I heard a scream.
That wasn't
That's
good,
fine.
was it? So far, this is winning the boot test. Let's see if I'm getting in here. Look at this. This is pretty decent. I'm going to end up wedged. Yeah, I think I might be wedged. I mean, this obviously won't shut, but at least I've got my bottom in it. Yeah, it is an inoffensive car to look at. I quite like the paint on this. It's a really nice colour. And these features as well. They get the creases down the side much better than the Genesis. That makes sense to me there. And it's got quite a nice rear end as well. So far, this is my favourite to look at. Now, we're at Trowel Services and they have 4 medium speed charging bays and then 1 low speed charging bay. Not really good enough, is it, in 2025? Sorry Audi fanboys, but I prefer this Kia than the Audi. It actually is nicer on the inside as well. The design is really good, really slick. Infotainment screen, really nicely laid out. Also, I like the fact that we've got physical buttons here for the climate, temperature stuff, that's good. Driver's display, easy to read. And it's quite a relaxing car to drive. So we haven't got any adaptive suspension or anything like that, but it feels a little bit nicer than the Audi. The steering's light, it's quiet, get a good view out, huge flat bonnet. Sort of gives me Land Rover vibes. Quality, I think it's better than the Audi. Yes, there's some harder materials down here like in the Audi, but you know, this car is £65,000 as I've got it here, right? And you've got stuff like blind spot cameras as well to warn you when you're changing lanes. Don't know that stuff on the Audi. You probably get it, but it's going to cost you way more. Where this car is lacking though, it's the motor. It's got a single motor on the rear with just 203 horsepower and 350 newton meters of torque. That means at motorway speeds, when you want to nip past someone, you have to pre-plan what you're going to do. It just feels a little bit too slow for an electric car. And when you consider that it's got 7 seats, if you've got 7 people in this car, it's going to feel really, really quite sluggish. So you are probably going to want to spend more and get a more powerful version of the EV9. While we're slowing down, good point to tell you that the brakes, they're quite smooth and progressive, not too grabby. It's quite a quiet car to travel in, apart from the beeps and bongs you get if you do things the car doesn't like. It's the attention warning, because I was looking around at the glove box, and rightly so. I had my eyes off the road. I can't really tell just driving on the motorway, but I remember the handling was all right in this car, but it is heavy, 2.5 tons, so one of the heaviest here, and that does affect how it will go down a twisty road. While this car might not be the quickest, it does have a very big battery, 100 kilowatt hours, and that's partly to blame for its rather heavy weight. So let's do a quick mileage check. We've done 102 miles. I'm averaging 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is all right. We've got 70% of the battery remaining, which the car reckons is good for 219 miles. Anyway, let's find out how the Genesis is doing.
3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 64% of my battery remaining, and it's saying I can do another 169 miles.
Short day for the Genesis. Now let's have the Audi.
3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 70% of my battery left, and that reckons it can do 205 miles.
BMW.
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. It has 68% of its battery left, and that should be good for 258 miles.
And finally the Polestar.
28.6 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, which works out at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. I'm showing 71% battery, and that is saying 250 miles.
Ooh, so it looks like the BMW is going to go the furthest. One last check-in, the Skoda Superb.
Let me explain. This is our camera car, a brand new Skoda Superb with a 193 horsepower 2-litre diesel engine. It should be perfect for long motorway journeys such as this, and I'm curious to see how its range compares to these electric cars, despite not even starting with a full tank of fuel.
Hello Skoda Superb. Can you just tell me how many more miles of range is left in your tank?
I've got 255 miles left in my tank.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. Are all these expensive electric cars going to get shamed by a more affordable diesel? Out of all the cars I've driven so far, this Kia is the roomiest in the back. Loads of headroom, loads of knee room, plenty of foot space. Front seats are raised up so you can really stretch out. This seat base is quite away from the floor, so you've got lots of under thigh support. You can slide the base for more room back there, or for more knee room here, and you can recline these seat backs quite away. Look how comfy this is. Now though, we want to try it with 3 people in the back at once.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Best so far?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Best so far. Now I'm going to try the very back seat, so if you wouldn't mind just hopping out and I'll clamber into the 3rd row. Okay, so press that button, pop that forward. These seats are quite a way off the floor for 3rd row seats, so that's good. Let me just pull this down. Okay, so that is a bit tight, but Nick, would you mind just jumping in here and getting yourself to a position that you're happy with knee-wise? Right, you've got just about enough space?
That's great.
I've got enough space. There's enough foot room. These are quite good for a 3rd row chairs, and look, I can even recline these seat backs. They go far. They go back far, don't they? That is... I'm really impressed with this car. With all the seats in place, the Kia's boot capacity is 333 litres, which is big enough for a Keelan. Will it shut? Will it shut? Will it shut? So I would say that that is a definite pass. Now let's fold the 3rd row down and see how many people we can get in. So I can fold down the 3rd row by pressing these buttons here. Whoop, whoop. Right, and what I'm going to do, as with other cars, we're going to try and fit people underneath the load cover. Okay then, so Rory, I think we'll go with you first. There's plenty of space, but it's not very deep, so you're going to have to try and limbo under there if you can.
Under here.
And you tuck away. There we go. Right, I think it's going to have to be Nick. I don't think we're going to fit a Tommy in there.
Here we go.
Just had sushi.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Okay, so I think this is going to be a pass. Yeah, Nick's bottom is in far enough. So 828 litres of space. Job done. The front boot is easily the biggest by far. Look at that. I should be able to get in there, no problem. Might even be able to get my feet in as well. Look. Could have a little bath in here. The EV9 is basically just a big rectangle. It sort of looks like an overweight estate car, but somehow or other they've made it look cool with all the lines, all the different coloured bodywork, all the creases. I think visually this is the most exciting car so far. We're now at Woodall North services, and there are some charging points here. We've got 3 medium speed ones over there, and there's a 6 over there. So that's enough. There's also more on the southbound. There's even more on the southbound than the northbound, and that seems a theme. People going north don't need to charge their cars. People going south have electric cars. I don't know.
But I do know it's time to drive the very last car in this group.
This is the new single motor version of the Polestar 3. It's the entry level model. Starts from just under £70,000, though this one has quite a lot of kit on it, and it's like £86,000. It's because we've got stuff like the adaptive cruise control, which should be standard really when you think about it. We've got the sunroof on it. There's loads of other bits of kit like a heads up display, which is useful. So you've got a 300 horsepower motor driving the rear wheels, delivers 490 newton meters of torque. That's enough oomph for pickup on the motorway. Feels quicker than the Kia, which is too slow. but it doesn't have the zip of the BMW nor the Genesis. In terms of the comfort, this one doesn't have the air suspension like you can get on the dual motor version, and that air suspension really makes this car just feel super luxurious the way it goes down the road, but it's still good on this normal suspension. Occasionally when you go over bigger bumps it's a bit of a jolt, but that's because this car is quite heavy, weighs at 2.4 tons. Despite that, it feels fairly responsive, and the steering wheel feels very nice to hold. This particular model has a vegan interior. It feels really good actually. The quality is solid. I like the design, quite simplistic. This big screen here with lots of information on it, but you have to control everything through it. Though at least there is an easy shortcut button to the climate control, though it's not as easy as just flicking the switch up and down like on the Kia. I don't like the digital driver's display really though, because it's a bit too small and doesn't give you that much information. Visibility wise, good door mirrors, though I need to move these and I don't know how because there's no switches for it here, so I'm assuming it is through the screen. How do I do that, I wonder? Also, if I want to put the rear windows down, I've only got 2 switches, so you have to toggle between front and rear. That's just an awful cost-saving measure. Hate it when manufacturers do that. The rest of the car though feels quite expensive and very solid. Overall I like it. I like it more than the Audi. Weird thing is though, we've all said we prefer being in the Kia. Believe it or not, we prefer the Kia. Shall I try and move that mirror? Shall I try? How do you reckon you do it? A car. It's going to be the car bit. Driver adjustments. There we go. I'm trying to do this while driving. Is he going to let me? Okay. Well, that's going to have to do. This Polestar does have the biggest battery, 110 kilowatt hours, so it should, in theory, go the furthest. And so far we've done 155 miles. Average consumption on this is 29.4 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, which works out to 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 55% of the battery remaining, and that's good for an extra 180 miles to go. Oh, there's a fair distance ahead of us, but what about the other cars? Let's see how the BMW is doing.
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I have a battery saying 53%, and that is giving me a range of 204 miles.
What? That can't be right. There must be some form of miscalculation in the projected range. It's going to be interesting how this works out in the end. Now let's try the Kia.
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 53% of my battery left, and that should take me another 161 miles.
It's quite close to this. Next, Audi.
3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 54% of my battery left, which should mean I can go 165 miles, so it's getting better and I'm a bit worried.
And finally, the Genesis.
3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 45% of my battery remaining, and it's saying I'm going to do 122 miles.
Okay, Genesis clearly off the pace. That'll be leaving us first. But what's going to happen with the others? Because these numbers are quite close.
However, before we continue with the final leg of this test, I need to see what this Polestar is like in the back seats.
Oh, look, loads of knee room, loads of headroom, but I'm not as comfortable as I was in the middle row of that Kia EV9. And part of the reason is this seat is just a little bit closer to the floor. These seats are lower, so I can't quite squeeze my feet underneath. Though there is still plenty of foot space that I can just sit like that instead of a bit more leisurely and relaxed. There's no ability to slide or recline the seats, which is a shame, but the quality in here is really, really good. Let's find out what the others think. So let's try 3 in the back at once. This middle seat's quite low actually. Normally they're a bit perched, but this one's lower. A bit tighter than the Kia, isn't it?
It is on the shoulders. Yeah.
It's not comfortable though.
It's not, is it?
No.
It's the low seat that does it, doesn't it? It just knackers it. Oh well. The Polestar has the smallest boot capacity, 484 litres. I also can't find where the switch is to open it. Oh, there it is. Let's start off with you, Rory. Actually, wait, I've got to point this out. There's 90 litres under there. It's not a good start. Nick, I think it's, if we can get you in there, that'd be good.
Oh, good?
Yeah. Well, not for you.
No.
It would be a thing, and you've got to get into this load cover.
I'll be gentle, Rory.
Do you know what? This may be possible. I'm not sure. I might have to help you a bit.
Bloody hell.
Sorry. Let's try again.
It's stuck on my eye.
Okay. Just leave your eye alone. Ready? Ready? How's your eye?
Yeah, blind.
No. Keelan. Well, sorry, let's just release this.
It's stuck on my ear.
Where? You alright? Okay? It's not okay.
That was very unpleasant.
Keelan, you know, you're up. I think your head could go in there nicely. Get your head down there.
I had dragon rolls for lunch.
Right, you ready, Keelan? We're just going to get this part of you in. I'm not sure, actually, whether... Done. Let's find out if the Polestar has a front boot. Yes, it does. It's not as good as the one on the Kia. It's definitely better than the one on the BMW. I'd say it's probably the third best fruit. This Polestar is a good looking car, but is it my favourite? I don't think so. Visually, I prefer the Kia, then this, then the Genesis, then the Audi, and last, and by all means least, the BMW.
I'll see how these cars compare in terms of range soon, but as soon as I got back on the road, the Polestar 3 started doing something a little unusual.
Sort of coasts, and it's very hard to maintain speed sometimes because it goes too quickly. You lift off the accelerator, it doesn't slow down like you'd imagine it would, it just seems to just freewheel. Now, when I did the range check-in, it was 155 miles, we're now at 161, almost 162, and it's still saying 180 miles of range left. Yes, this is going to be closer than you think with that BMW. It might even beat it. 163 miles, 180 miles left still. Witchcraft.
Genesis here, I've just had my first low battery warning.
Oh dear, oh dear. We've only done 232 miles. How much battery you got left?
16% of my charge left, and I've got 42 miles of predicted range.
Has the car slowed down any, or is it still giving you full power?
Yeah, it's limited me to 90% power now.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I don't mean to gloat, but I've got 35% of my battery remaining, and that's good for 110 miles. The question is though, how's everyone else doing?
In the Audi, I am doing 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 28% of my battery left, and that should mean I can go 78 miles.
Kia.
3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 28% of my battery left, and that gives me 86 miles of remaining range.
Ooh, close to me. And BMW, this is the competition. I think this is where we're going to end up.
It looks like a competition I unfortunately am going to win and don't want to. I've got 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I've got 31% battery and incredibly 118 horrible miles left.
Ooh, 8 more miles than me, but I'm slowly catching up, aren't I? Oh, it's going to be really interesting to find out which out of the Polestar and the BMW is going to go the furthest. It should be this, but at the moment it's not looking that way. Oh, I've got an idea. Skoda, how many miles have you got left in your tank?
150.
What? So we're all trying to get to Edinburgh. And how far is it to Edinburgh, Jack?
It's about 130 miles.
So the Skoda will get to Edinburgh no problem, probably beyond. Do we reckon this will?
Close.
It's going to be close. Don't think the BMW will. I think I'm going to compass the BMW in terms of actual total range.
Genesis here, are we allowed to use eco mode once we've reached low battery?
Well, Genesis, if you're going to be driving a long distance in your electric car and you get a battery warning, what are you going to do? Are you going to go into sports mode and drive really quickly, or are you going to go into eco mode and just take it steady?
Thanks for the answer.
I didn't need to be such a dick about it, but I'm feeling kind of smug right now with my 110 miles of range. Do you ever have that wonder when you're like Google Maps and it's giving you a little cheeky diversion when the road is busy at a junction like this? We're going to see whether you should take that diversion. We've got Sam in the BMW there, he's going to carry straight on. I'm going to take the junction, see if I can get ahead of him. If I get caught by these lights, I could lose. If I don't, I could be winning. Though I'm having to drive up a blooming hill. This is not good for my range. And the lights have changed. How's this car like going this quick up the hill and I'm not touching the accelerator? Look, how's this happening? I can see them moving down there. Oh, this is tense. Come on, change. Change, it's gonna change. Ooh, here we go, come on. I can't accelerate too quickly because of range. Come on, where are they?
Ah, no, he did it.
I heard that. How far ahead am I? How many cars?
About 3 cars ahead.
Where are you guys? I can't even see you.
As long as you can cope with the shame of being that guy, Matt.
Okay, so lesson is, when Google tells you to make that diversion, you better take it. No one hated me, not a single beep, everyone was cool about it. People at North are lovely. Oh, there he is. He's finally caught up. Sam don't like losing, even pointless little challenges.
Genesis here, I've just had my second range warning, so I'm going to have to come off at the next junction, unfortunately. I got 24 miles left, 9% of my battery. There's no fast charger beyond this point for another over 30 miles, I think, so I'm definitely going to have to come off here.
Okay, see you later. Good luck. We'll keep in touch and we'll see how far you actually go from this point onwards and your total mileage until you're empty. See you soon, or maybe not, because I've got 100 miles left and we've got 115 miles to Edinburgh. Woo! This is doable.
Nick in the Kia here. I have just had my first battery warning, 20% charge remaining, and I've got a big screen on my dash saying low EV, visit a nearby charging station. Power seems fine and I've got 63 miles remaining.
That is plenty. We've done 260 miles so far, so you're definitely going to get well over the 300. Anyone else got less than 20% of their battery?
I have 21% left in the Audi.
Ooh.
I have 24% left in the BMW.
And I have 28% left. BMW, what's your remaining range then?
Disgustingly, 99 miles it's saying.
I'm so catching you up. I've got 95 miles now. I'm getting closer to you.
If I have to push this further than you go, I will, just so you know that.
That's if it doesn't just like lock its wheels like they sometimes do. So I will enjoy watching you trying to push a 2.5 ton BMW with its brakes on.
Cleverly enough, this has got a neutral button, so I will be ahead of the curve, and if I feel something happening, I'm going to bang it into neutral.
This is Rory in the Audi. I just hit 20% battery and it's thrown up a warning saying it's going to put itself into eco mode. So it's reduced what I can see on the driver's dials and I have 62 miles remaining.
That's still plenty of miles remaining, so keep on going. It's quite good that it puts itself in auto eco mode. Makes complete sense.
Hey guys, Jack in the Skoda. I am now in my fuel reserve and have 80 miles of range remaining.
Oh, 80 miles of range. I have 70 and 21% battery, and we have done 284 miles so far. Average energy consumption 29.2 kilowatts per 100 miles, so 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. Going good, but will I make it to Edinburgh? Kia, how are you doing?
3.3 miles per kilowatt hour, so that's getting slightly better. I've got 11% of my battery remaining, and that should take me 34 miles.
How do you do?
3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 13% of my battery left, and that means I should go 37 miles.
And the big one, BMW, where are you at?
I'm rocking along at 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 16% battery, no sign of a warning, and it's saying 68 miles left.
Yes. I got more battery, better energy consumption, a larger battery anyway, and 70 miles of range remaining. We're going to have that BMW. Victory will be mine. This is what you don't want when you're trying to make a certain destination and you've already got not enough charge remaining. You don't want to have to suddenly accelerate to overtake a very slow moving vehicle that's holding everybody up. Oh, obviously he's got a full battery in his Taycan.
This is Rory in the Audi. I just dropped to 30 miles of range and I've got a new warning. It says please charge battery, and I've got a yellow battery symbol on my driver's dials.
Have you lost any performance from the car?
The car seems, maybe it's dulled a little bit. It's telling me to just drive at 55 miles an hour, but I can exceed that, no problem at all. So not yet, no, still got 30 miles of range.
Well, I'm at 20% battery and I've had no warnings yet. I think it's time for another check-in. So we've done 311 miles, averaging 28.7 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, and that works out to 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's pretty decent. I've got 16% battery left and 55 miles remaining. If I just go on here, it's saying that it's 58 miles to the centre of Edinburgh. Are we going to do it? I think we might do. Let's see how the others are doing. In particular, the BMW, which is my main competition. BMW, give me your numbers, please.
3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 11% battery left, and this is saying a claimed 48 miles.
Oh, we're ahead now, we're ahead. Kia?
It's still doing 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour, but I only have 3% of my battery left, and that's only 9 miles of range, so it won't be long before I say farewell.
And Audi?
It's now doing 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. I have 5% of my battery remaining, and apparently that means I can do 16 miles.
So what is your plan, Audi and Kia? I'm going to push on to Edinburgh. I assume BMW will do too. Audi, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and make it to the Scottish border as a symbolic win, and then I'm going to probably turn around and come back to Berwick-upon-Tweed, and then go back to Scotland, and then come back to Berwick-upon-Tweed until I run out safely near a charger.
Okay, and what about the Kia? Same strategy?
Exactly the same, although probably shorter because I'm now down to 2% battery, so it's going to be a brief trip to Scotland, I think, if at all.
Let's see if you can make it. You should push on and try. Have you got like reduced power from your motors, seeing as you're on 2%?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably about 50% power, if that. But I've not had a warning come up for a while.
Right, and so it's competition between me and you, BMW. Let's see what happens.
Warning, limited performance, so it's getting real in here. There's the Scottish border. There's the Scottish
Make
border.
it.
We're going to turn around just after the Scottish
Yes!
border.
There they are.
We're now turning off, and we're going over that bridge ahead and coming back. So see you later. It's been emotional.
There they go. There they go. They made it to Scotland. Well done. It's power limited in the Kia, so I wonder if it's going to make it back to Berwick and get to the charger. I don't know what happened to that. It's suddenly just lost loads of battery towards that end part there. Did he just gamble and lose? He's going to be stranded. Anyway, I'm going to continue on to Edinburgh. Oh, wait there. All that messing about has cost me. I'm down at 14% now, 45 miles, and it's 52 miles to Edinburgh. Oh dear. Beautiful view though.
So I had my first warning in the BMW. Well, I say warning, it just gave me a range. Well, it said 40 miles. I've just gone down to 35 now. I'm running at 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour. I'm down to 8% battery.
Interesting, Sam. I'm on 40 miles, 13% battery. I think I'm going to make Edinburgh. You might make the outskirts. What's your plans regarding charging?
So I found a hotel that is well known, and that is 41 miles away. I've got 34 left. I'm hoping that that's going to have a charging station in it.
You're hoping. If you put the destination into your car, it might actually say if there's a charger there.
I have just gone down to 30 miles and it's 35 miles away, so got real.
So Sam, it looks like you've got some fast chargers about 35 miles away. You've got 30 miles of range. If you're lucky, there's enough reserve in the battery to get you there. But what you need to do is put your car into eco mode, and actually in the BMW there's even a special range extend mode which you might want to activate, which could be the difference between conking out on the highway or making it to the chargers.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. That just gave me 3 miles of extra range on my clock, so thank you. Okay, so I've actually had my first warning and it said charge status low, charge vehicle. I mean, I needed that warning 10 miles ago. This is leaving me really nothing to work with, is it?
Well, no, not at all. Oh well, hopefully you'll make those chargers with that extra bit of range you've just managed to acquire.
Hello, this is Jack from Skoda. How many miles do you have on your clock still now?
35 miles, I'll make it right to the centre of Edinburgh.
That's interesting.
How many miles have you got left in your Skoda?
And now it's saying 30 miles.
Oh, so there's a battle between electric versus diesel. So we've been doing really well. It's now saying that I'm going to arrive at the destination of central Edinburgh with minus 1% battery. We've got that down from minus 13. Definitely going to make the centre of Edinburgh. Look, 35 miles on here, 35 miles on there. I'm really liking this Polestar. We've bonded. Oh, hello, look. My remaining battery is down at 10% and it's gone orange as a warning. But that is the only warning I have. Throttle response seems very similar. I'm not too worried though. 30 miles left, 31 to the centre of Edinburgh. Good news, good news. Going to arrive at the destination with 0%. I think we can go a bit further.
Now something's come up, it says drive power reduced, charge. Doesn't say please charge, it's a bit passive aggressive this car. And there's a little turtle, I don't know what that's supposed to tell me.
Okay, I've got 5% battery and 15 miles.
I've got 1% battery and 9 miles, and I'm 7.4 away.
It's weird. I wonder if this battery's got lots in reserve once it goes to 0 miles. We'll find out.
I mean, I genuinely don't know if I'm going to make this. This is just heartbreaking stuff.
Right, I've got a red battery icon, 4%. Still got 12 miles though, Sam. Don't get too carried away.
Oh my God, I've 1%, 1 mile, and I'm 1.4 from the place. Right, I'm getting off in half a mile, my people. It's been emotional.
Okay. There he goes. Sam didn't quite make it to Edinburgh.
Yes, I did. What are you talking about?
You've got to see Arthur's seat. Otherwise, if you can't see Arthur's seat, you're not in Edinburgh. Not Edinburgh proper.
I've been staring out to sea for an hour. What are you talking about?
Arthur's seat.
Who's he? Yeah, now I'm sat at traffic lights. Oh, the anxiety.
Good luck, Sam.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
We're going to see if we can get past the place where I conked out in the new Porsche Taycan. We shall see.
When I drove it to Scotland last year, the Taycan managed 367.5 miles on a full charge, which is further than any other electric car I've ever tested. When it died, I was actually in the middle of a busy road. That's my own fault because I kept on pushing it despite the numerous warnings. And that's what I'm going to do in this test as well. Hopefully, with the Polestar, I won't be in the middle of the road at the time. But I had started to notice a different problem. It was taking such a long time to run out of charge that the crew and I needed to eat. So we stopped for some dinner and I decided to call the other drivers to find out how their cars were doing.
Hey Tommy, how you doing?
The Genesis finally died.
So, how many miles did you do?
268 before it hit zero, and then 279 in total.
Right, so 11 miles after it said it was empty. What was your average efficiency?
3.4 miles per kilowatt. As soon as it hit 5%, it just gradually tapered off the power. Then after it hit 0%, it would go like 30 odd miles an hour, and then it just gently came to a stop, then locked itself in park. But thankfully there is a button under the centre console. Press that, it goes into neutral. Managed to push it to a charger and it's charging.
Well, just so you know, Tommy, my car's still going, so I'm like, you know, still having to drive around. I'm pretty exhausted, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it's madness. Listen, I'm going to check on the other guys. Hey Rory, how's it going?
So I went to Scotland twice and then circled around on the A1, got slower and slower, then went into a housing estate, and then it conked out and I went into limp mode. Switched it off, switched it back on again. I was probably 200 meters from the charger. I got a little way, it conked out again. And then I switched it off, on again, limped it up to the charger, and then it completely died. And I was 4 millimeters away from being able to plug it in. But luckily, my good friend Nick was nearby and he was still going. So he helped me push it back and I got it onto the charger. So it was all good in the end.
So how many miles did you do in the end?
So it was actually 325 miles on the nose.
That's pretty good. And how many of those miles were done when it said it was actually empty?
2.5 miles beyond zero, yeah.
Oh, so not much leeway then?
No, it's pretty brutal actually, yeah.
And what was your overall efficiency?
3.4 miles per kilowatt hour.
Oh, nice.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad. I've finally died.
Oh no. How was it for you?
I made it into Scotland. I managed to turn around and then limp my way back south of the border on 0% battery and carried on limping around for another 12 miles.
12 miles after it said it was empty? Wow, that sounds like a nightmare.
So I eventually died. I managed 328.7 miles in the end.
So you went the third furthest. I'm still going actually. I think the Polestar's going to definitely win. And what was your average energy consumption?
It was 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour in the end, so it just kept getting better throughout the day.
So all cars are pretty much doing the same actually. Anyway, I've got to get back to concentrating on driving. I've got a few more miles left in the battery, so I better crack on. All right?
Best of luck. Have a haggis on me.
I will do. Probably not haggis. I might have some kind of like Asian food, I think. All right, Sam, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Still struggling a little bit. I'm in traffic.
Are you still going? Wow.
I know, it's not bad, is it? So what happened with you?
So I pulled off, that station was around the corner and I was circling the car park for a bit and then it died and then I rolled it back and then I just got to a station.
Oh, really? So how many miles did you do?
366 miles in total. So my average energy was 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour.
You've done the best out of the others so far, but I'm still going. I need to concentrate now though, because there's a tricky junction coming ahead, okay?
Alright, good luck.
Alright, thank you very much. It's been tough. Alright. Oh look, it's telling me to charge. It's found me charging points. 10 miles of range left in this car. 3% battery. Oh look, we have the tortoise. Reduce power, charge car as soon as possible. How far will we go?
But I wasn't the only one running out of range. Cue the driver of our Skoda Superb camera car.
So a bit of a development. I now have 0 miles of estimated range, and with this being a diesel, you wouldn't want to run it out because then it might not start again, so I need to fill up.
Polestar wins on all fronts. I've now done more miles than Sam, I'm sure. Oh no, not yet. What did he have?
366.
Just need to get to 367 and I've got him. Here we go, we're on 366.9 miles, about to do 367 for the win. There it is, hooray. Oh, it feels slow up here. Right, I'm going to see if I can get past the place that I drove to in the new Porsche Taycan. It's a hotel just up here where I conked out. Was it this one?
Yeah.
This one here?
Yeah.
It was here, wasn't it? Hello! I've come to visit. Anyway, still got lots of mileage left.
After that trip down memory lane, I caught up with the Skoda as they were refuelling, and it turned out our camera crew had been unbelievably lucky.
I so nearly ran out of fuel.
How many litres did you put in?
65.3.
And what's the tank capacity?
66.
Right, so you had 700 millilitres of fuel left.
Pint.
A pint of fuel left. Okay, 800 miles.
730.
730 miles. How long did it take you to fill up?
Oh, you saw maybe 3 minutes.
And how much did it cost?
£89.
For 730 miles. Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what it costs to fill this up for 300 or something miles. I mean, I've done 367. What's the claimed range of this?
38.
We're not doing 438. We might get 380.
But there was only one way to find out. I needed to keep driving, and that gave me a chance to visit a few places I used to know when I was a student living in Edinburgh.
Old Bell Pub. Used to get very pissed there.
How much was a pint, Matt?
I just want to say like £1 or something. I can't remember. It was very cheap. Look at this. 6 miles of range, no, 5 miles of range. Right, just up here, it's the Royal Mile, a couple of streets, and there's the castle. You might be able to see it. On to Princes Street. There used to be a shop called Tandy's on the corner there. I used to work there, often with a hangover. Scott's Monument. I don't think, except trams, buses, taxis. I think we've got this wrong.
You guys run out there?
No, I'm not sure whether we're supposed to go down there. It says except trams, buses, taxis and cycles. Oh, it's so confusing. There's the castle. Right, let's see if we can make it to the beach. So it's 4 miles. Oh, 1% battery left, 4 miles still. Where are we at with this? 373 miles. Here we go. We're gonna go down to the quayside. Hey, look at this. I've never been here before. How did I miss this, living here for 4 years? This is brilliant. I don't know where to go now. Oh, look, no range. No battery. Let's just check the mileage. 377.2. Right, so let's see how far it's going to go with no charge and no range. So 6 minutes to fast chargers. Oh, can we make this? Keep on rolling. Oh yeah, there's definite loss of power. Stop safely, no range left. Well, I won't stop because it seems like I have a bit more range. We'll find out exactly how much in a moment. I mean, to be fair, that is plenty of warning. They've thought about this. We've got the amber bar, then we've got the tortoise, then we've got the red bar, we've got no range left, and then we've got this stop safely. How long do you have after the stop safely? So it's at 378. End of battery range is there. That's funny. So it thinks that when I go past those lights up there, I'll be at the end of my battery range. I've got a feeling we're going to carry on. Okay, so now we're just going to do some loops in an estate, so it's a safe place to run out. Wonder how long we're going to have to do this for. Oh, this is a steepy one. We're getting up here, do you think?
Yeah.
My foot is on the floor. Oh, come on now. Just thinking I'm going to end up killing someone's cat driving around here. Oh, hello. Get up it. Never done 400 miles in an electric car before. It would be good, but I don't think it's going to happen today. Here we go. This is going to be the end of it. Can't believe it's going to make it up here. I've got an idea. You're going to hate me for it. Oh. We can move forward. Oh dear. Come on, come on, come on. Still some life in it yet. Bit of downhill charging. Ooh. You're definitely running out here. Come on. The end is nigh. Let's see what we're doing trip-wise. 390. Get past this narrowing. Come on. I think this is going to be it, guys. It's been fun. But we can go no more. We're rolling backwards and we're done. Game over. 390.1 miles and we are empty. Well done, Polestar. No, won't even move backwards down the hill. Let me just try it with my seatbelt on. We've got to double check these things. No, it won't. It's not having any of it. Game over completely. Look at this, we've got help from ZapMe. They've got a fast charging battery pack in that van. Just going to hook it up to this and we'll be on the road in no time.
The ZapMe van is like a giant version of a power bank you'd use to charge your mobile phone, but it's thousands of times more powerful. This means it can put a few miles of range back into my Polestar in just a couple of minutes, which is enough to get me to the nearest public fast charger. And while that's happening, let's recap. The Polestar 3 was the clear winner. It managed 390 miles on a full charge, which is 89% of what Polestar claims. In second place was the BMW iX. It did 366 miles, which is 86% of its claimed range. Next was the Kia, which managed 329 miles. That's 94% of its claimed range. The Audi was just behind with 325 miles, which is 90% of its claimed range, and the Genesis came last. It only managed 279 miles, but that's an impressive 94% of its claimed range. The BMW, Kia, Audi and Genesis all returned identical energy consumption of 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour, but the Polestar fared slightly better at 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. But how much did this journey cost, and how does it compare with the diesel Skoda Superb? Well, it will cost around £84 to fully charge the Polestar's 111 kilowatt hour battery using a 50 kilowatt fast charger, and based on my real world range of 390 miles, that works out to 22 pence per mile. Filling the Skoda with diesel cost £89, but that added 730 miles of range, which works out to 12 pence per mile. However, if you charge your Polestar using cheap off-peak electricity at home, your running costs could be as low as 2 pence per mile.